So I get to introduce myself. My name's Jeff Edwards, and I have to admit, I'm an entomologist. So bear with me. I think there's more than one in the audience. Entomologists? Man, they're not even, they aren't even admitting it today. Geez, okay. So, well, I have a new project I've been working on. It's the UW Pollinator Education Project. It was funded by the Wyoming Department of Agriculture. It's real early stages. We are just trying to figure out if we can get some plots established and how to collect data on them. When I was putting the grant together, I called it the Pollinator Education Project. I'm not teaching bees anything, okay? I called it the wrong thing. It just didn't turn out right. All right, so the goals: public and producer education about pollinators, evaluate plant mixes for attractiveness to pollinators, and document pollinators visiting plots. We have locations around the state. The Fort Washakie, Cheyenne, and Evanston locations are struggling becoming established because what we're finding is that these flowers that we're trying to get going are not establishing in dryland situations. Some myths, quickly. I was stung by a bee. How many people were stung by a bee? Come on, anybody? Raise your hand. Was it actually a bee or was it a wasp? Okay, it was probably a wasp. People confuse them all the time. Not all bees have stingers, but if you're talking about a European honeybee or a bumblebee, and you got stung by them, you were harassing them and you probably deserved it. Okay? Pollination is a deliberate act. Not really. The pollinators are visiting, they're in search of food, water, and shelter, and I like to think of pollination as a random act of kindness. True or false? Pollinators prefer routine and mundane. False, okay? It's the 10th day after Thanksgiving. How many of you like to have turkey that long? Okay? Varieties of the spice of life, think of it that way. So, data collection. How do you collect data in a bunch of flowers without doing destructive sampling? And the best way to do this is destructive sampling to me. Going out and using a sweep net and trying to figure out what's there. Okay? The best way to do it for our plots is looking at a quarter-meter sample, identifying the flowers, counting the blossoms that are there, and then identifying what pollinators are coming for a timed period. Another true or false? Only bees are good pollinators. Not true. Okay? A lot of things out there. They include flies, bees, beetles, butterflies, and a whole bunch of other things. But these are the primary ones that you're going to see in a plot. Okay? This is a syrphid fly. These are some of the things that we've been seeing. They are not only good at pollinating because they're visiting these flowers, but they're also, their larvae are predators of aphids, so they're doubly beneficial. Other flies visiting flowers. On the right-hand side, it's a syrphid fly again, and then there are these small sweat bees that people might be familiar with that probably have stung you. Okay. There are halictids out there, and then leafcutter bees. Some of them have been imported to pollinate alfalfa. Okay, just wanted to show you his face because they have some pretty significant mandibles, and that's what's doing the notching of the flowers. Okay, then honeybees, bumblebees, and there's a bunch of beetles out there that happen to visit these flowers, and they're pollinating as they move along. Butterflies, of course. And then you have some accidental things that might occur out there. Lady beetles. Okay? This one's not actually in the flower, but it's probably getting nectar from underneath the flower. Wasps. Earwigs have been pretty thick this year. And then some other interesting things going on out there. Who can tell me what that is? Robber fly, predators of bees and predators of grasshoppers. Okay, so if you have a bunch of bees showing up in a plot, you're going to have predators of them as well. Okay, Gary, what's that one?
not a wheat stem sawfly, that's for sure.
It's a bee wolf. This is also a predator of bees. No, it's not a wheat stem sawfly. Okay? So some of the key findings so far, when the plots were pollinating at their peak, there were enough pollinators out there that they could visit all the flowers in an acre in 10 minutes. Okay? It's difficult to establish these plots in dryland situations, and there's going to be more to come. If you go into the high tunnel, we have some plots in the high tunnel there. I've got a plot out back, but we probably won't be stopping there. If you're interested, we also have European honeybees on the site, and we can wander out there and take a look at them do their thing, and hopefully not make them mad and sting everybody. I'm just kidding.